Is Link hot to you?
You guys not have phones? Yeah.
What up gamers, it's your friendly news anchor Mr. Picker here, and unlike your dad who went to go to the store to go get some milk, I've returned, and I came back with some important news to inform you guys. Today's controversy has to do with Nintendo and Smash Bros esports community. And in case you're unaware, Nintendo and esports don't quite see eye to eye. They don't sit at the same lunch table, nor do they get along in the high school hallways. And that's mainly due to the fact that Nintendo doesn't care about its community, more so on the Smash side. Now, if you're someone who goes to Smash tournaments or Smash locals in your area, then you're definitely going to want to watch this video. But if you don't go to any of those tournaments, but you do spectate and like to watch them, you might still want to stay tuned. And that's because Nintendo has recently put out a new community tournament guidelines that will affect the Smash community. At first, when these guidelines came out, it was only for the UK and Japan only, but now recently it also dropped for North America. So I wanted to go over the new guidelines in this video and tell you guys what to expect. Now the first part I'm going to skip over only because we all can tell it's a big lie. They don't care about us whatsoever, unless it has to do with us giving them money, then maybe they do care. In the second part it says, in that spirit we have created guidelines for individual organizers to follow when hosting not-for-profit small-scale community tournaments. Involving games in which Nintendo owns the copyright, please familiarize yourself with guidelines before planning a community tournament. Now what this means is that tournament organizers must follow these set guidelines in order to run the tournament, and if you don't abide by these following guidelines, then Nintendo will show up Cyberwolf style and come knocking on your door to shut down the whole thing. Now I'm going to go over some of the few guidelines that they have posted. One of the guidelines is that tournaments may include up to 200 participants in an in-person tournament or up to 300 participants for online tournaments. Meaning if you were to surpass the capacity of people in the building or online, then you would be in violation of the guidelines. You also can't generate commercial revenue, and the entry fee will now be capped at $20. No prize may exceed the market value of $5,000 USD in total, meaning you can't make a prize pool that is larger than that. This one's a pretty big one. The total value of cash prizing a single organizer can offer through a community tournament in a 12-month period must be no more than equivalent of $10,000. This means if I'm a tournament organizer and I have a tournament that gives away $5,000 to the first place winner, I can only have two tournaments because one tournament will be $5,000, the next one will be another $5,000, and that's it, $10,000 exceeded. Organizers collecting fees must publicly disclose all accounting related to the cost of hosting the event promptly, including entry fees, admission fees, and prize distributed by posting them on the website or social media access to everyone. What this means is that the organizers are going to have to disclose how much they earn from entries fees and how much the venue cost, and everyone's going to know about it, which is kind of awkward honestly. The names of the community tournaments may not contain Nintendo trademark or IP, such as Nintendo's company name, logo, product, or service names such as game titles. Names adopted from Nintendo games such as character names. This includes a shortened or modified use of Nintendo trademark or IP. What this pretty much means is that you can't use Nintendo's trademark or IP in the title for naming a tournament, such as Super Smash Con can no longer be called that. It's gonna have to be called Con. Oh boy, I can't wait to go to Con. This one's a good one. Pirated or modified versions of Nintendo games must not be used. That means rip Slippy, goodbye Slippy. The organizer posts the following notes on site and on tournament websites and other promotional material. Nintendo is not a sponsor of or affiliated with this tournament. Terms in participating and viewing community tournaments using Nintendo games are accompanied with the following URL. That just means you have to put this in your disclaimer when hosting a tournament that is not affiliated with Nintendo. In addition, Nintendo games may not be used for community tournaments that have sponsors or advertisements or promote any entity, product, or services. This just flat out says no sponsors whatsoever. You cannot have a sponsor. Include anything that damages the value of Nintendo brand and intellectual property. I guess if you show Mario getting clapped at a tournament, they're not gonna like that. They want their mascot to be the best one there, so they might just shut it down. That's just me being goofy. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm assuming it just means something like they don't approve of. Involve anything that Nintendo deems inappropriate. This one's pretty vague. I don't quite get it. It would be kind of funny if someone was dressed to Nintendo's liking, like the dress code for them was just not what they had in mind, so they just shut it all down. Hey you, are you wearing a PlayStation shirt back there? No, that's not to our dress code. You gotta put on a Nintendo shirt or get out of here. In fact, I'm closing this whole thing down. And everyone's favorite guidelines in here, that's right. Tournaments involving the sale of food, beverages, or merchandise are not permitted by these guidelines. Now if you end up getting thirsty, well that's too damn bad, that's on you. You should have thought about that before you came to the tournament. There are a lot more guidelines I can go over, but I kind of just wanted to go over the ones that I found interesting or the ones that stood out to me. If you want to see the rest of the guidelines, I'll put a link to it down below in the description. And it seems like all of this will go into effect by November 15th, 2023. Now does this mean that this could be the death of Smash tournaments or even locals? Well, it definitely will make things a lot more difficult, but I don't know if it'll end it entirely. Because keep in mind, you only have to follow these guidelines if you don't get a license from Nintendo. Tournaments can still happen even if they're not affiliated with Nintendo, but they will have to follow these strict guidelines. But yeah, sorry about this gamers. This wasn't exactly the bedtime story I was hoping to read to you tonight, but it looks like things took a dark turn at the end. Nintendo just hates us, and this could be the nail in the coffin. And I really love the part where Nintendo says, and I quote, "Nintendo reserves the right to take appropriate action against community tournaments where the rules are not followed, to ensure everyone who participates has fun and has a smile on their face. Please follow the rules and make it an enjoyable community tournament." Well, isn't that swell, Nintendo? And there you have it, you better smile and have fun at the tournament, or else Nintendo might shut it down. I really doubt Nintendo would be this strict about enforcing these rules onto people that don't have licensed tournaments, but hey, I could be wrong, but hopefully I'm not, right? But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments, and I would like to see what you guys have to say about it. That's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time Nintendo makes another oopsie doopsie. Peace.